Hi, Busker909 here. Today I'd like to show you how to play along with When My Train Pulls In by Gary Clark Jr. Another great tune, really good tune. I'll just play the lick for you in the beginning, and then I'll show you the rhythm that you need for the song. I'm tuned to open E, E, B, E. Of course you can do it in any key you want. If you're in G, D, G, just look at the tab at the end and you can play it yourself. A little tricky in the beginning. I'll play the lick. So that goes on and on and on and on for a long time with variations and dynamics and in the other instruments and stuff like that, but that's the main riff. So you hammer on. I'm using my second finger on 5, hammer on to 7, then my first finger on 3. If that's a little wide for your hand, you can go first finger, third finger, and move. It's not that fast, really, so you can do that. And then when you come back to the 5-7, you pick them, and then 3. And then this is the tricky part. You kind of want to go to the open low string, but you go to the 3rd fret on the middle string, and you go 3, 5. Then the low open, then 5 on the middle again. 5 hammer 7. 5 pick 7. 3 on the low string. 3 to 5. Open low, 5 in the middle. Once in a while, he hits this lick here. Just every once in a while. So you can mess around with it a little bit. He certainly does, but it's his tune. The rest of the song is basically a 12-bar minor blues. And the rhythm is boom, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, chuck. Be 4 times. And then you go up to, and even if you're playing fretless, you can play that with your slide, just that 3rd fret there. That's E minor. Same rhythm on A minor, which is the 5th fret. If you're a 1-finger person, you can just go. And that'll work fine. But if you can get this note in up here, and then back to the 1 chord. To the 5 chord, which stays minor. That's interesting. Then to the 4 chord, A minor. Then to the 1 chord. And I just put a little up down in there to get it to come around. You don't have to do that. But if you want to, it would work good. So it's a standard 12 bar. You play the riff on the 1 chord 4 times. On the 4 chord on the 5th fret twice. Back to the 1 chord on the 0 fret. Twice. Once on the 5 chord on the 7th fret. Once on the 4 chord on the 5th fret. And then back to the 1 chord. There's no serious turnaround in there. The band sort of turns it around and different guys play different licks, but if you're playing rhythm along with the song, you don't really need to do anything else. And I'd like to point out that the 1 chord is represented by a Roman numeral, not by the number 1. The number 1 would be the 1st fret. Roman numeral means the chord 0, 0, 0. And the 4 chord, E, F, G, A, is on the 5th fret. So if you represent it with a regular number 4 and the 5th fret with a number 5, that's very confusing. So what you do is, instead of the number 4, you use a Roman numeral. Roman numerals in music mean chords. And usually the numbers, in this case, mean frets. They can also mean intervals, but we're not going to go there. So they're the frets. So the fret is 5, but it's the 4 chord, so it's a Roman numeral. And up here on the 7th fret, represented by the number 7, this is a 5 Roman numeral, which is basically a V. This is an I and a V, and this is an I, but it means 0, 0, 0. I just wanted to clear that up because I get quite a few emails from people that have been watching different lessons back in the day, I suppose, or something like that, and they get confused by if it's 1, 4, 5 in numbers, then what about the frets? Aren't they 1, 4, 5? No. 1, 4, 5 should have been written in Roman numerals, and the fret should have been 0,